Welcome to today's video. Before we get started on working on the cars, I need to fix one of the biggest issues with this place, and that is all the dirt and the mud that is down here. It just, every time it rains, it washes down here and just keeps building up, and then we trek this into the shop and make everything dirty when we're just trying to move cars around. So I got a shovel and a bunch of stuff to dig this all out today. I'm gonna quickly do that, re-put the ramps back in and hose out all the dirt that we can, and we should be good. Just finished this crappy job. There was so much dirt. I literally filled up this bucket like 12 times, and then I just put it in the owner's garden over there because it seemed like it was lacking some soil. So anyways, my goal for today is, we've got a big box over there from Bride Japan for a new Zeta 4 seat that we're gonna be putting in the S15. I love my gears. This is a great seat, but unfortunately, I'm a tall, lanky guy, and this just doesn't really work that well for me. It actually doesn't hold me in my seat all that great. In fact, if you guys watch helmet cams, you'll see that like a lot of the times my head and stuff, and like I'm still using my legs to hold myself in the seat, which is definitely not what we want. And the Zeta 4 just suits my body style a lot more. Now, one thing with Silvias that you got to realize as well is, unlike my Chaser and Skyline, the rails are pretty much level in the car and go forward and back. But in Silvias, unfortunately, there's this huge bar here that goes across the floor pan, and what that means is your seat is forever on an angle like this, and even though when you move the seat backwards and forwards, it's on this angle. So that's why generally, especially with my car, what I do to keep myself level is the front on the number one lowest point, bolting point, and then this one on the second point. In fact, to get myself even better level, I would bring this up again, but unfortunately, next problem is roll cage and roof and my height. So this is where the Zeta 4 comes in. The Zeta 4 is a much better designed seat for people that are my size. We'll pull that out of the box in a little bit. As you guys know, we work with Bride Japan on the channel. Well, for everyone in America and Australia, you pronounce this as Bride, but this is a Japanese company and it is pronounced as Britto. So technically it's pronounced as Brid in Japan. So I know a lot of people comment on how I call it Brid all the time, but just so you know, that is the correct pronunciation. But also, I know that the language in Australia and the States, you would just pronounce it as bride, as in the joke, mail ordered brides from Japan. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I also got like $6,000 worth of two parts there that I'm going to talk about in the later on in the video, because it's super sad that these parts for these cars are starting to skyrocket in price, and it's just getting ridiculous. But yeah, anyways, we're going to pull this seat out, get onto that. Well, actually, before I do anything of that, I'm going to go get some lunch. Today's video is sponsored by Dafsky. And if you don't know what Dafsky is, they are an online store dedicated to selling only the sickest and coolest air fresheners for your ride. They have a huge range, so there's something there for everyone, and they start at just $2.99. And I think today we're gonna get Neko-chan hanging in the Silvia. All right, let's get this bad girl out and get her hanging up. There we go. Now, not only is my car fresh, but as I'm cruising down the highways here in Japan, I got a nice little friend there, and she's gonna be going, yeah, yeah, the whole way home. So head to dafsky.com and go get yourself some air fresheners for your ride, and make sure you support the companies that support SAMMIT. I would not be able to be doing the things that I'm doing today if it wasn't for companies like Dafsky. So thank you so much, Dafsky, and let's get on with the video. So it's time to get stuck into the S15, but before we rip out the Bride seat, I want to show you probably the most expensive thing that I've bought for a car in a very long time. And these never used to be this expensive. In fact, these are just, it's so ridiculous how crazy the pricing of it is. Now, I got myself some almost new, like these are in really good condition, S15 headlights. These are the HID ones, the built OEM HID ones. These right now, brand new from Nissan, are $6,000 USD for a set of two, left and right. On Yahoo Auctions right now, you cannot get a second-hand good pair that doesn't have any cracks or broken tabs for less than $3,000 USD. I managed to find these like every day. This is like on my list of Yahoo Auction things. I just always search for these, and I found a listing that was only like an hour old for these, and I managed to get them for only $1,000, which is just stupid cheap for how expensive these are. Like, look how beautiful these are. These are pretty much brand new. OEM HID Koki S15 headlights. Literally, you cannot buy these for less than $6,000 USD from Nissan right now. It's insane, it is stupid, it breaks my heart, but it is what it is. Now, in saying that, I'm still very torn about putting these on the S15 because obviously it's a drift car and I'm gonna keep destroying them. I mean, obviously I hope not to crash, but it is a drift car and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And it's gonna happen. I am gonna probably destroy a fair few more pairs of headlights. But the best thing is Nissan does still sell the halogen version ones, which is about $1,600 for a set of 2. So I don't really understand why HID ones are like so much more expensive than halogen ones. I know that the biggest thing is this thing here, right? Well, first things first, you got the ballast on the bottom, you got the HID insert and light and stuff here. Let me show you. Why won't you open? It's so tight. There we go. So obviously HID light here. Now this is probably the most expensive part, and this is the adjuster. So there's a little like knob on my dash that I can twist and turn, and that'll lift the light, like point it up higher or lower, wherever I want it to be. So that's pretty much all that the halogen lights don't have. That you don't have the HID OEM ballast and the HID bulb, and you don't have the adjuster. So you can just buy the halogen ones and put aftermarket HID lights in them. That is probably what I'm gonna end up doing with this car. But a part of me really wanted these, and I mean, I might just start collecting HID lights at this point, because even my cracked and damaged and destroyed ones on the front of this car right now are worth about $600. Just mind blowing to me. Like, I literally saw a pair of OEM HIDs, the same Koki ones as these, and they were selling for $1,600, and all the tabs were broken off and cracks in the back. Like, it's just, I don't know what is going on right now. This pricing is just, not only are the cars like going up in price exponentially, but also just the parts for them. And it's just, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid, and it can't keep going like this. It has to end and pop at some point. Like, I don't know why the pricing is just getting so stupid, but yeah, sad times, boys, sad times. So if you have a set of HID S15 headlights, take them off your car right away and buy some halogen ones, and then just store these, and whenever you want to make a quick buck, sell them, because it's insane. Like, the price of these right now is literally the price of entire S15 going back like 5 years from now. But anyways, hope you guys like these. A little bit of a flex, but yeah, I'm in love. And like I said, I am not planning to put those on the car, at least not now. I will not be putting new headlights on this until we get all the new body work done and it's off at the paint shop, because then there's a reason to actually put new headlights on it. But yeah, for now, the ones that I do have are actually still working. Even though there's huge cracks in the back, the water doesn't seem to be touching the bulbs when it does get in them. And I'll just show you, like, it might be really hard to see. This one is pretty easy to see, but you can see like this is all cracked and destroyed up and in here. So this tab's actually not even holding the light anymore. And that's why like my bumper doesn't really hold up as well, because this whole tab just doesn't, it's not even connected to the headlight anymore. Now this side over here, there's really no damage up the top here. It's actually down in there. The tabs where it screws into the side here, unfortunately, that ripped that whole back section of the whole light off. And you can also see here, this is where Okachan's wheel contacted the front of my headlight. So now some parts in these will still be usable. These are actually the better HID OEM ones. The ones with the black top and the sticker are the better ones, which are the Zenki S15 ones, I believe, HID. The Zenki HID ones, I think. The one that I have up there are the newer ones, the newer version. And there's really like, they say that the ones with the black are better just because it looks cooler. But the only difference is really just that the tops of these ones are clear. You can see there. There's no black painting there. So it's just personal preference. I think the black looks better, but it's not that hard to paint the top of them. Enough crying. Let's get this seat out and get that new one in. Gosh, I love this tool so much. Actually, I don't know if I've ever taken the seat out with this bar still here. Yes, this is probably not going to work unless I remove this bar. Let's see. I think I'm definitely gonna have to remove it. Oh, yeah. When we go to put the new one in so I have more space, but at least we can remove this now. Ah! Oh, good time to vacuum the floor. It's pretty dirty here, a lot of rubber and stuff. Also a good time to resort out my harnesses. Just getting ready to vacuum the floor, and don't lie to me guys, I know every single one of you has at least 1 or 2 or more crusty fries hidden under your seat somewhere. Oh, I was looking trying to figure out where this Canon battery went. Look at that. Oh man, today got even better finding stuff I lost under here. Oh, there's like another bit of a fry there, so. No, that's a peanut. Oh man, I eat a lot of snacks so I don't fall asleep when we're doing long trips. So sometimes they fall under. Anyways, I'm gonna clean and vacuum all this up and then get ready to put the new seat in. It is time. Let's go through this experience together. Ooh. Oh, didn't cut the tape enough. There we go. Yes. No way. Free mask? That's what I'm talking about. Dude, I'm so, is it actually in the same like material? Hang on, I'm way too excited about this. Yo! This is so cool! This kind of does look like half of a bra though. They look like bra straps, I ain't gonna lie. Let's find out. It also looks very, very small. It's like an A cup. This is also very hard to do one-handed, by the way, guys. Yep, okay, all right, okay. I like this. All right, let's put it on. This is definitely a lot harder one-handed than it looks. Yo, this is actually super comfortable. I ain't gonna lie. This is awesome. I mean, this kind of does look like a bra strap to me, but you know, this is pretty cool. I dig this. I dig this mask a lot. I love that. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I like that. All right. Anyways, it smells like Bride Zeta right now because I'm literally like nose deep in it. Anyways, I don't know where we're going with that. But brand new Zeta 4 seat. Side by side with the gears. Good job, Sam. So we've got the Zeta 4 versus the Zegas, I think, gears. I can never figure out how to pronounce this model one. The model number is an FZ610. I'd have to look at the paperwork where they actually have the product name, but I'm pretty sure it's like the Zegas or Gears or something like that. And this is the one that Okachan uses in all of his cars. Now this suits his body type, no problems whatsoever. But you can probably get a really good idea here just by looking at these two seats side by side, the difference in them. The first thing you're going to notice is the shoulder position up the top here is much higher on the Zeta. So this is way more suited to my body type where I have broader shoulders and I'm much taller. My torso is much higher in the air. Now, a few other things you're going to notice is the seat isn't as long on the bottom too. So this one here, you can see has a lot of distance from where the end point is there all the way to the edge here. As in this one is a bit shorter there. Now, also the angle at which these come up as well, much different to this one. So this one's gonna actually have me probably feeling like I'm sitting lower, also with just the shape of the bottom of the seat and how it comes down lower here. It's gonna really, really help. I can't wait actually to put this in there and feel what it's like. Overall, you can kind of see like they're both sitting flat right now, but you can kind of tell, if you look at this one, you can really see it really well. But this one, the Zegas, the older one, is actually pointing a little bit this way forward, if you can see that. Very interesting. And you can also see here, just the design here is much different on the bottom. So pretty keen to see what the Zeta 4 is going to feel like. I mean, I already love these seats. They're in my Chaser. I have a Zeta 3 in my Skyline, actually. Now, the Zeta 3 was my first love when it comes to Bride seats. And I could not, are we going to hit anything? Think we're good? No, not going to hit any Evo parts opening this. Yep, we're good, okay. The Zeta 3 was my first love when it came to Bride seats. The very first genuine Bride I ever bought, actually the very first Bride I ever bought, or Bride seat that I ever bought. And it is just amazing, especially for the Skyline. It is perfect. So I was very, very happy with this. And I'm glad now that we're moving. This is actually the L one, so it's a little bit wider. But I'm actually really glad now that we're moving to a Zeta in the S15, because it's just something that suits me so much more, and just the way that it hugs you here is so much more for my style. And I think it's going to mean that a whole nother level of just me being able to be more comfortable in this car. So yeah, you can really get a good idea also from the bird's eye here. Hang on, let's see if we can hold this a bit better. You can really, really tell just how much further forward the top of this one here comes out. I don't know if you can see that too well on camera. I can't really see the screen. But you can really just see that the top of this seat is like pointing in towards me right here. So a bunch of differences as well. Obviously we've gone over these before, but the Zeta 4 have an elongated, you know what I'm saying, a bigger hole for the harnesses, which is great, which means I can slide them in and out, as well as my shoulders come up to here, so it's still going to be level with my shoulders. So this was very, very limiting. And yeah, this is like so much better. The material on the sides is like this leather now, so it's a lot stronger. And yeah, I'm so hyped, guys. Let's get this in there, bolt everything up. A few pro tips I really want to say as well for anyone installing these seats. Bride includes these little special like angled spaces for a reason. And if your slider is very, very stiff, like when lifting it up, you got to really pull it and stuff. It's probably because you don't have this and you're tweaking and like twisting your entire seat rail. So make sure you get this and have this in here that levels it out. And it'll keep your seat rails from binding, especially when you have the kind that are the two separate ones like this. Very, very important. So temporarily bolted the seat in, and the first thing I want to check, which I know it's not going to hit, is whether or not the side of my door is going to get hit by the side of the seat. The door card used to get really, really close to the Zegas. So we'll find out right now. So much space. Holy moly. That is actually crazy. Now, just for test fitting purposes, I went both on the rear, both on the rear and the front. I went for the lowest setting to just try and see if that's going to get me in a really good seating position. But I can already tell that this seat is so much lower just because of where this part is setting compared to this roll cage bar. What is wrong with my speech today? Can't talk at all. So let's get in. The lighting isn't the best in here, but like you can actually see the top of the seat on top of my shoulders, and the other seat wouldn't do that. Now, I am still sitting pretty high. It's not that bad, actually. Oh my God, I'm actually further back now. This feels so good. And like my seating position, it's weird. I'm like further back, but higher up. I'm sitting about probably where I would sit in my seat if I had the cushions out, which is what I had to do with the previous seat. I had to take the cushions out when I was at track days. So let's put the wheel on and see where we are at right now. This is good. This is really good. Oh man, I want to go drifting with this now. I definitely need to move the steering wheel a little bit further forward to me, but if I just get a bit more of a deep dish wheel, that'll fix that. So I might order a new Nardi tonight. And then I think the wheel will be probably about here, which will be perfect. Oh man, I'm so hyped. This has been something that I've been struggling with like the entire time owning the Silvia, is just trying to get like in a really good, comfortable seating position. This seat actually supports me too. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like it hugs my legs so well. Like, this is great. I'm actually like, my hips and everything fit in this so well. So I'm really hyped. This is a big upgrade. And there's just so much more space over here now. Like the fact that my shoulders are actually here and supported is a huge deal. Man, I could rant on about this for ages, but I know some of you guys will understand. But anyways, oh, I think I'm gonna keep the seat here. I don't think I need to adjust it anymore. I think those two lower points are perfect. So we'll probably stick with that. And I think we're all bolted in, ready to roll. So now that we got the nice new Zeta 3 Bride seat installed, it's time to get on to the next job for today, which is cleaning up this entire mess that I've made and bagging and tagging everything. Luckily, I was pretty good with like creating certain piles for everything that I pulled apart. Over here, not so much. I just kind of got frustrated towards the end and just any bolts that needed to come out. But I pretty much remember the gist of everything. A lot of these bolts are getting replaced though, because, perfect example, stripped as all hell. It's just like so many of the engine mount bolts were all stripped. Here's another one. Look at that. Completely and totally stripped. So most of these bolts are all going to get replaced with brand new ones. Might have to see if Tommy can get me some zinc coated ones or something. I don't know, that would be kind of cool. I don't even know if you can get zinc coated bolts. I guess I need to really talk to Mitsubishi. I'm sure we can get all those bolts brand new. Anyways, before we get started on this mess, I actually got a couple new products and items for the shop. This one was actually something that I realized I needed while we were working on the Evo and pulling the transmission off. This is just a really good simple slide hammer kit. They're fairly cheap. They're only like $100, I think, for the entire kit, which is really good, honestly, for the amount of stuff you get in this kit, actually. It's a cheap kit. Like, it's definitely not like an amazing, crazy good brand. Which way does it open? Does it open this way? I think it does. Hey, I guessed right. So, pretty much overkill slide hammer kit, but we'll do the job for everything that we need. So I think we'll be fine there. That's kind of cool. So yeah, slide hammering kit acquired. And then I'm going to need the side cutters for this one. But this one is going to help us with the engine, because right now we just got that sitting on top of a wheel, and that's a no bueno. So I went and got myself off Amazon a nice engine stand. Just, you know, your standard red special one, the cheapest one that you could probably get at AutoZone, I guess would be the equivalent. What bam! So I'm going to quickly put this together. Hopefully the transmission bolts are long enough for this, although knowing every engine out there, I probably will have to go to the hardware store to get bolts that it'll fit, but we can at least put this together so that it's ready to accept the engine when I get the right bolts for it, if I can't make it work today. But I'm confident we can MacGyver something up. So I was being optimistic. I put this thing together. It was super easy. It took me like 10 minutes, but I do not have bolts long enough to get into the engine block. It always frustrates me that the bolts that you need for your engine stand always need to be longer than the bolts that you need for your transmission. So like, here's a bolt from the transmission, right? And this has enough clearance for the whole bell housing and into the engine. And it's about probably 20-30 mil too short. So like, it just frustrates me that this is always the problem. I don't know why they don't make engine stands where this part is shorter. Like I almost want to just cut it. I see why, because it would then hit on that. Okay, yeah, no, didn't think about that before I started filming, but you know, it is what it is. Time to kind of clean up, pack up all my tools and stuff that are lying all over the place, and put everything away. I'm going to try and clean up everything as much as I can, and I'm going to bag and tag everything before we head, but at least I can take one transmission bolt with me now, and I can that way go to the hardware store and get the right ones that we need to put this on the stand and out of the way, and that way that will make things a lot easier. But hey, we're learning as we're going, so oh, I guess YouTube magic, clean in 3, 2, 1, boom. Done. God, I love YouTube magic. That would have taken me so long, but because of YouTube, we're able to get that done in crazy fast time. But anyways, all jokes aside, we did make a bit of a mess on the floor here. I need to get some proper like degreaser or like shop like mopping soap or something. I don't know, something to throw in the mop bucket that'll actually clean this up. I did get on my hands and knees with a brake cleaner, but it's obviously hard to like just get it all out, but the mop will do a better job. But I'm also a bit upset because some of the clutch fluid and brake and clutch fluid leaked on the floor there and actually ate away at the paint. It's not a big deal, we can clean it up later, but for now, it's just kind of like, man, nice clean floors are ruined. But as you can see, we organized everything here, kind of nice and tidy, way better now. And we've also put everything off to the side here, so we've got some more space here, and I bagged and tagged everything, so we're all good. I am going to be selling that exhaust manifold, turbo, and a few other bolt-ons and parts and stuff that we just will not need for this build. That clutch is for sale too, and flywheel kit. So just hit me up in the DMs if you're after something like that. I can ship worldwide with DHL. If there's anything that you want, just let me know, and I can get it shipped to you. Obviously, all at your expense, and I'll figure out a price on that stuff. I'll look up what they sell for on like Yahoo Auctions or something. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at for tonight. I'm happy with the progress. We've got the shop kind of cleaned up. I do need to still clean up under the actual Evo itself, but we'll leave that for another day. I'm starving. May's made dinner, so we're gonna head home and eat that. But yeah, I'm just excited because we got a new seat in the Silvia that actually suits my body type, and I'm well proper hyped on that. So hope you guys are too. Let's head home. I know you guys are dying to hear gate, so we need to hit gate on the way home, I think. So let's do that and pick it up from there. I know you only want one thing, and it's disgusting, but here it is. Just got home, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Although I do know it was a lot of talking, showing you parts, and then pretty much bolting a seat in and cleaning up the shop a lot. But still, progress is progress. And the way that I look at it is we are moving forward, and that's what counts. No, that was not a pun on TJ Hunt. But anyways, that aside, guys, I want to just also remind you guys that no matter what you are doing, whether it's work, life in general, or anything like that, that even if it does seem boring in that moment, still progress is progress, and it doesn't matter how small you are moving forward. If you are at least moving forward, that's all that matters, and focus on that, and try to always think and be positive. But with that, guys, smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Probably Ebisu related. A whole bunch of updates happening on that. We've finally got crowdfunding all sorted out. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to see the updates for that stuff. But anyways, see you in the next one, guys. Peace out. Jamata.